So I'm student 1 and today I'm going to present form and function of Fiat 500. So firstly, I would like to give a brief introduction about Fiat 500. So it was initially known as Cinquecento. It is a small and practical Italian car designed by Dante Giacosa in July 1957 by the company Fiat. So its dimensions are, its length is 2.97 meter and width and height is same, which is 1.32 meter. So it is a cheap, functional and economical town car. Moreover, it is the second model in Fiat series, and after that there were many cars produced in Fiat company. And the next is form of Fiat 500. Fiat 500 has a smooth, rounded shaped body with well-proportioned lines, which also recalls the shape of an egg. So basically, it is in the shape of an egg because it can save costs for the interior design of the car. So it has 4 wheels and 2 doors, as you can see in the picture. And the seat capacity for Fiat 500 is 1 to 4 persons, which means specifically it is 2 adults at the front and 2 children at the back. So there's several reasons this car is small, because first it saves cost, as I have mentioned before, and the second one is, in the old times of Italy the streets were narrow, so it can be the best for the Fiat 500 to cross across those narrow streets. And the third one is, this is what Italians wanted after the scooters which were popular, which was Vespa, to improve their lives. So after the introduction of Fiat 500, it was comfortable for the Italians to move from one place to another. So the function of Fiat 500 is my third slide. It is used to transport from one place to another, whether there are goods or people. So it is mainly used for economical means, which means if you purchase a car, you can gain an experience, time or effort, etc. So Fiat 500 helped Italians by driving to different cities that could not be reached by walking. So obviously Italy is a big place, and it needs some transportation to move from one place to another, which they cannot do by walking. So it also consists of a foldable rooftop, which you can see over here, which provides great views and excellent ventilation for breathing. And the last slide is improvements needed. So obviously every product needs improvements. So Fiat 500 can be improved by becoming more spacious, such as by increasing one seat or space of legroom or headroom, and it can be replaced with better technology and engine power, such as parking sensors, music systems, etc. And although there are many improvements to be made, but Fiat is still selling it today. Why? Because the people love how Fiat is having the mixture of the original idea with today's technology.
So I am student 2, Singh Hamid Khan, and now I will introduce the designer's vision behind Fiat 500. So first we will see what the reason behind the invention of Fiat. Like, why designer choose to invent Fiat car, not anything else, as there are too many objects here. Why he only think about a car to invent? So first let's see his background. And the designer of Fiat 500 is Dante Giacosa. You can see him. Like, he is an Italian automobile engineer, and he joined Fiat in 1928, and he graduated from Polytechnic University of Turin in 1927. During his career, he also dealt with car designers, where he got an inspiration for the invention of Fiat 500. As you can see, this one is a Fiat 500, a small tiny car. And then the next slide is need and wants of Italians in 1957. As we know, like, when we are going to when a designer going to invent something, he has not only he has to think about the people, about the citizen of that area, that country. Like they can use the product because they are the actual consumer of that product. So Fiat 500 is a cute and stylish Italian ride that's affordable and fun to ride around the town, which is cheaper in price. At that time in 1957, the people is not enough wealthy, so they consider the cheaper things mostly. So this car helps them to buy it, like it's affordable as compared to other cars. And at that time there were not too many cars on the road, and Italian consider like having a car raised their standard of living. And like they want a type of car which can run on a narrow street of Italy, as at that time the streets of Italy were narrow. So yeah. Then the level of design profession, and we can think like um, what we can think of by seeing that car, by seeing that object. Let's not consider it a car, let's see as an object. So anyone can tell it have a steering, seats, doors, wheels. So it should be a car, right? And so by that we can say that the Fiat is an informed level of design profession, because uh, everyone can uh, understand what is it and for what we can use it for. So it have a wheel steering, and it can be maintained for long last for and it can be maintained and long last for several years. The one can repair it and can keep it for many years and run it. uh, it would be like a previous model, but still you can use it on the roads. Then the last slide is designer's vision of Fiat for future. Whenever a designer design an object, he has to think of the future as well. Like if the object is will be used in the future, or it will be outdated, or the people can use it. Like Fiat is a car, so basically we can know that this is a car. It can be run for a long term, so people will use it for a long term. But that in the future, and yeah, the people need to modify it with the advanced technology. Therefore they have launched some new models of the Fiat 500, which which has the new technology in it, so the people can use them and it won't be vanished from the market. And then here this one is the new model of Fiat 500 with advanced technology, and so the people um, won't regret it.
I'm student 3, and I'm going to talk about the lifestyle created by Fiat 500. And the born of Fiat 500 has marked the starting point of the improvement of the economy after the Second World War. During the Second World War, many Fiat factories are being destroyed, and the reconstruction of Fiat's factories provided more job opportunities for the citizens of Italy. And more people were hired to fulfill the company's commitment to innovation and research after the war, which means many Italians' lifestyle changed from unemployed to employed. And the second thing is, Italians used to have family gatherings frequently. The ease of access to Fiat 500 helped Italians to transport people and goods from rural areas to city areas, and this had facilitated this kind of traditions in Italy. And after the Second World War, Italy's economy has just started to improve, and so people have more access to technology. And the invention of Fiat 500 led more Italians to have access to cheaper private cars, which definitely changed their way of living, since it's affordable for many Italians. And finally, this small car is being used in narrow city streets, and this car has quickly earned the name of the People's Car, since it won the People's Heart for both because of the low maintenance costs and fuel economy. This is the end of our presentation.